Hello, traders. John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at the SPY and a couple of other ones. But let's get into the charts here. What a nice fall. We had gap fill right here at 214.69. And let me see, I posted a link on StockTwits. Let's see if this works. Hopefully it will. Come join the fun. All right, cool. It's working. All right, great. All right, so we are live here, guys. Let's try to figure out where these markets are going. I just put on a 60-minute chart. We put a fib from this low pivot to this high pivot. We're right into the 750 retrace. We did have a gap fill right here at 214.69. See how it held that area for about 10 minutes? Look at that. Nice little bounce. Came right in. Boom. We go sideways in another bearish manner. On the intraday, we probably have more downside to 215 or 214.05. So let's see. On the daily chart, we're right into that trend line in here, and we're probably into a fib. You know, remember, we had a fib from here to here going down. We're probably right into the 618 fib as well. But let's see here. Let's make sure everything's working. Oops. All right, let's see. Hangouts. That's not it. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to, again, this is the fourth time I'm doing this, so how does everything look? Someone, can you see me? Test, can you see that? All right, let's see here. So right now that we're looking at the SPY, we're into the gap fill. We got that slight bounce and it came right back in. Time frame still 139 in New York. Great, thanks, Frank. All right, beautiful. Chart's looking crisp. I don't know if there's like a resolution I can set up or anything. But if the charts look good, just let me know. All right, so far we're holding the 750 retrace here. Instead of going earlier in the morning, we took a Fibonacci from this low to this high, and this is what we got. We got an area right in here with the gap fill, but we went a little bit lower on the 60-minute. Now we're into the 750 retrace. So let's see if we can consolidate sideways and set up to possibly go lower. This is how I set up my charts, guys. I got the 10-minute over here, I got the 60-minute over here, and I got the daily over here. Then if I want to, I could come up and look at the weekly and et cetera, et cetera. We're still holding that inside bar pattern. Now we're starting to go lower. We might test this 20 MA right at 213.87 today. Let's see. Volume's picking up a little bit. What do we have on the day? We have 73 million on the day, and we still have 2 hours and 20 minutes left. So this will be interesting if we go down. I still think if we, well, we're going to wait for setup here, because check this out. So in the morning, there must have been some news at 7 o'clock. I don't know what it was. They sell it off. They get it above the MAs. They actually it confirmed above the MAs here. Where's the next retrace if it breaks to 213.87? You know, you got this low pivot down in here, right around 214, but I think your next pivot's going to be 213.62. We'd have to open it up and go a little bit lower. Let's see. Let's see if we can. Yeah, you're going to start having some pivots down in here as well. So, but, you know, let's see if this thing sets up in the intraday. Now we have an inside bar. So let's see if we could get above the gap fill at 214.69. And then we'll see if we can recapture this inside red bar here. But right now we got 213.62, this low pivot. This is on the 60-minute chart. So here, let me stick it. Still learning this dang software. So we'll stick, there's your pivot there, and there's your next pivot here. But we do have the fib retrace, and we have the 750, which it's holding right now. There's always a reason, guys, why these things hold or resistance. But like I was saying, check this out. So it goes up over all the moving averages, comes down. But as it's going up and down, you go to the 60-minute chart, and this is the reason why. You have big resistance up here as well. So they chop down, this was yesterday too. Comes in, comes down, goes back, almost kisses the 200 MA on the 60-minute. And that right here was this bar up in this area, the first half hour or the first hour of the day. Comes back in, pushes up, doesn't make it again, comes back in, doesn't stay above the MAs, and boom, right back down. But it looks like the 750 retrace is holding this thing up right now. So we'll see. Now it's just a matter of waiting. But man, there's some volume coming in. Well, actually, on this candle here, about 30 minutes ago. Now see how distribution comes in, volume comes up, stops like a slingshot. You got the Fed trying to hold this thing up, comes right back up, and now you got some more distribution. But we'll see if it comes in here. 10-minute, 60-minute, daily. Actually, this is the weekly right now. Could you go over this again? What's on your left chart, middle chart? All right, Tom, hold on, bud. I'm one guy here, so I'm going to try to follow what's on the chat thing here and follow what's going on. Basically, Tom, we're looking at the 10-minute over here. We got the 60-minute over here. That's why I'm going to do most of my intraday action, because this is a smaller time frame. And then over here on the daily, this is where I'm going to start doing my swing trades. And I'll still keep an eye on the daily, depending on what kind of trade I'm taking. Because also here, during the day, we try to capture this 20 MA and keep it above it. Now we're coming right back down into this trend line. Trend line's not the best, but I just want to have something telling me, yeah, there's some support here. And then you have the low pivot, and et cetera, going down. Daily on the right, you got it. So this is the daily. So usually when I'm doing the videos at night, I'll open this one up and just do it that way. But right now, I want to keep an eye on all time frames to see what's really going on. Actually, I could, well, I'll just leave it at this because we're doing some intraday stuff right now. If you want to, we could look at some charts, you know, if you're in some swing trades or stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I'm trading. But then I have a bunch of different charts. I have, like I said, 30 stocks I'm looking at all day long. On my left-hand side, I have the SPY, and that's pretty much that's pretty much what I'm following all day long is the SPY. But also have the IWM, the Qs, the DIA on another. Let's see if I can do this. So you might actually see me, guys. If there I am. What's up, guys? Stock Bookie here, John C. So all right, let me get to. This is how I have another screen set up here. This is my next setup. So I have 5 screens that look like this, and then I have my main screen that shows the SPY, and I also have, what's up, guys? I have a shop that I go up to. I can't do it at home. I have 3 kids, and in the morning it's out of control. They want my attention and all that good stuff. But this is what I'm watching most of the day right here. I got my tickers. I got my watch list. These are some of the swing trades I'm in. I have other lists as well. But then here's my 10-minute. Here's my 10-minute here. Actually over here. I got 6 screens, guys. So I got my 10-minute here, my 60 here, and my daily there. Then I'm sifting through all the charts here. If I go through different position setups, I have about 600 stocks I'm looking through. But these are some of the ones I have positions in right now, so I want to keep those up and going. Let's go back to my main one. And then, like I said, I have this guy here. I don't know. One of these screens has the USO, Apple, Exxon, the Qs, the DIA. One of these guys. I don't know if this is it right here, but is that it? I can't see it. Is this it? Yeah, actually, that's it. So that's where I have all the leaders, the IBB, the DIA, the Qs, the IWM, JPM, Apple, ExxonMobil, the USO. So I'm keeping an eye on those because these are some of the market movers that are going to make the stocks go up and down. And of course, the SPY, that's the one you ultimately want to watch. What do you think of gold action today? You know, let me tell you, the gold, you know, we did a video on that, I think, a couple days ago, and I was telling you some support areas. Let me go back to my main screen here. I'm in a warehouse in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. I own a shop down there. That's where I do all my trading. Let's see. Let's go back into my main screen. All right, so we're back into the main. Yeah, the gold. So right now, SPY's holding up here. We have a 10-minute chart. Let's see if we can consolidate a little bit more, and then we probably fall. If this thing consolidates, we could possibly get to the 1363 area, but we still have the low pivot here at 214.04, and then 213.62. Let's go into gold, GLD. I have an area, guys, right here. You know, it depends how it falls into it. I'm going to open this up a little bit more. So this is the daily chart. You have a nice gap fill right here at 120.19. Then you have the even number of 120. Then you also have a gap fill down in here. So if this thing really starts to rumble, then you have a gap fill down in here. Also, you have the 20 MA or the 200 MA, which is the big one at 119.67. So if you want to get in the gold trade, right, you know, it's tough because we had a little bit. We're just choppy, sloppy action. We got below the MAs. Now we're heading towards this. Let me look at the weekly chart here. You got to look at all the bigger time frames, especially on a swing trade. Because now, see, we had a pretty much of a bullish consolidation above the moving averages, and now we're starting to break down. If anything, gosh, I got to see more action on this one. I mean, this is a good breakdown bar. We can easily reverse and come right back up. But if you were to take this trade, I don't mind the 117.32, and then ultimately down here around 115.42, you're going to have some big support here. Let me stick a retrace in here. Let's see what this does for us too. Right there. So on the retrace area, yeah, you have the 5.0 here at 115.65. Then ultimately you had, check this out, 112. You have a big gap fill at the 618. I mean, I love the 618 down in here. I don't know if we're going to get there. But if you want to start adding to gold, figure out if you want to take 1,000 shares of gold, man, it's still a tough trade right now. Maybe 120, add 250 shares, add 250 at the 50 MA, another 250 at the 115. And then at the end here at this gap fill at 112, add the rest, get to 1,000 shares. Because this is a trade you don't want to miss. The SPY starts to dump. Let me see if I can stick. Hold on. I don't know if everything's going to change. Yeah, everything's going to change. I have everything linked up on this one. But looks like the SPY's catching a little bit of a bid. I'm looking at my other monitor. It's still in a bearish manner in an inside bar, so we're watching that one too. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, maybe they're holding it up and you know, because everyone on this bullish pattern is holding gold going, oh man, this has got to go up, and this could be just a quick shake out here to get all the weak hands out to say, you know what, and you thought it was going up, shake you out, and then it comes back down to the 382 and to this level, and then it has a massive bounce. So for me, this could be a quick shakedown, but I still like the 50 MA and possibly gap fill. I've missed the trade a couple times trying to wait patiently for this thing to come down, but it really just take the right size position, period. That's all you got to do. Because if you take 250 shares, it starts to flush. Add 250 here, maybe add 500 here. You know, you could do it that way. If it overshoots, maybe go 250, 250, 250. But you don't want to miss this one. When this one starts to rock, it's going straight up. Let's see. I'm sure you got, yeah, you got a pivot here, but ultimately you have a gap fill right here around 144 or so. And if this thing really starts to rumble, I think it could get there. Let's go back to the daily though on gold. Yeah, see, it's still, I mean, this is a good area too down in here. And actually, if you take the pivot low, yeah, you're 382. Actually, that's not bad. Gap fill, 382, 200 moving average. If you really want to wait patiently for the 118.81 area, this isn't bad. If you want to start adding here, do it. Gets back to gap fill down in here, 115, add a little more. Go back to the weekly. And then the next area is down in here at the gap fill here at 112 area. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, DB. You know, I think that stands for douchebag. It's not Deutsche Bank. Sorry, guys, but you know, the thing's been falling and falling and falling and falling, and now it's like, here, let me pull up DB. now they're talking about it. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. And look at this. You know, and I went over this the other day in my video. Come on, where is it? All right, so you got that trend line, and it goes all the way to this point here, and this is where it came out around 45 bucks. But you have this huge trend line down in this area, and what a coincidence. Where does this thing stop? Right here. And then you get all the hype, everybody going, oh my gosh, they're going to save it. Germany has to. Holy cow. And it bounces. The only reason it's bouncing is because of support. They had to save it here. If you go to the monthly chart, they had to come in and do something. Monthly chart's a little bit better. I mean, look at this though. Inside bar, monthly chart, getting setting up, ready to go lower. This thing cracks this line. This is the line in the sand. And you can't tell me Yellen and Draghi, and they all don't have technical guys watching where this thing goes. I mean, look at this. Look at this ugly turd. Goes to 140, drops, retraces up, goes back down. It can't even catch a bid at this point. You're below these low pivots. Their main goal now, guys, you got to get it above this area. They have to. And then try to get it back to the 20 MA and the 50 MA just to get people calmed down. Actually, SPY's starting to pull back, guys. We're 30 minutes into the 10-minute chart, sideways in an inside bar, starting to go down. Diamond says that they're fine after it's lost for it. Yeah. Remember Lehman Brothers 3 weeks before, and Kramer had old Dick Boy on Mad Money, and he was telling everybody, oh yeah, Lehman's fine, we're good. And 3 weeks later, or it was 3 weeks or a month or whatever it was, and they collapsed. Yeah. Don't believe anything these talking heads say. Do you think they're going to come out and tell everybody it's a disaster, everybody needs to sell, get out of the markets? No, they're going to keep propping this thing up and telling everyone's fine. Why do you think Janet Yellen waiting on data? Are you flipping kidding me? She's been waiting on data for 2 years, and nothing's getting better, guys. It's their little prop it up as much as they can, just like Greenspan in 1998 when he wanted to raise rates and he didn't. He waited 2 years, and we all know what happened in 2000, 2001. You know, it was a collapse. Just like the SPY. I mean, you know, and I show you guys these charts. Here's the SPY. Here's your .com collapse, housing collapse. Where do you think these markets are going from here? Maybe on hopes and dreams, guys. And the only reason I think they're holding this turd up is to go into earnings, and they God forbid if earnings are bad, which, you know, they'll do a stock buyback, they'll buy another company, some mergers, anything to keep propping this thing up. But check this out. So you have this month jobs report, this month jobs report. Then they sold off some more distribution. This is distribution at the highs, guys. They sell it off. They try to retrace it back up. They brought it 3 months right into earnings again. Now we have 3 more months, and hopefully they have good earnings, and they could probably push it up to the highs again and maybe get it to 220, 225. But I mean, news is driving these markets, like Tesla, like Netflix yesterday. That's the only thing driving these things up. But yeah, this is some interesting selling, guys. Here, let me pull this back. So here we hit the 750 retrace. This is back on the SPY again. So we're falling, hit the gap fill, bounced here. You know, that would have been a nice little scalp too. 60, 70, 80, 20 cents, not bad. Pulls it right back, almost. Let's go. Still learning these charts, guys. It won't let me do. All right, there's your next area. That's a pivot, 214.05. So now we're setting up to possibly go lower. So let's see if this thing can continue down in this area. So you have the even number, 214. You have the pivot here, low from on the 60 minutes. So this could possibly hold. But if this continues sideways for another, I don't know, half hour or so, maybe into the 230 time frame, we're going lower, and we might actually go to the 213.62 area. But let's take a deep breath here and let's see what happens. Now it's just a waiting game. Yeah, Diamond. What do you think? You know what? The next guy, look at Wells Fargo. What were they supposed to do 8 years ago, guys? We're watching the banks. We're going to keep an eye on these guys. We're going to make sure they don't do anything stupid. They're doing everything they've done in the last 100 years. They're leveraging themselves to the hill. Now what's even worse is these big corporations, they're not investing back into the economy. They're doing stock buybacks. And what happens if the market's correct? How is that going to be good for any of these companies if we get if this thing crashes? So you took $2 billion, did a stock buyback, your shares were at $100, but now your shares go down to $50. How is that good for that company? All their cash on hand went into a stock buyback, and then they got a 50% haircut. How is that good? Nobody's investing into the economy. The only thing holding this thing up is grandma and her henchmen. And remember, they have a trading desk on Wall Street, guys. You know, they're not messing around here. It's on hopes and dreams. Look at this inside bar pattern for a month, up and down, up and down. That's classic distribution, guys. Some of the things said last week about DB was exactly what was said. Exactly that. You're Frank, right? What are these guys supposed to say? They don't want everybody. This is, you know what? This is the guys who taught me how to trade. It's easy to trade in a bull market. We've been going up for 8 years. That's why, you know, everyone thinks at this point it's never going down. It's great. It's great. It's great. When you go up like this, guys, and the saying is you take the staircase up and the elevator down. And I just showed it to you. All right, let me see if I can get this up again. This is the SPY. And I asked my friends, and I asked them, I know a lot of people in business out here in Arizona, and I always show this chart. And I ask them, is everything in the economy, you know, these are the highs of 2007 and 2001 right here. Now way up here. I mean, we're almost up 50% from these highs to the high. It just, these markets can't handle that. And it's all about symmetry, guys. And if you measure this point to this point to in here, we should have got the correction somewhere in here. But now we have support down in that area around the 182. And then you have, you know, what they called in 1998 when Greenspan was making these go up, they were calling it the Greenspan put. So every time it goes down, you just buy. And then he was letting it go until he let it go, until he raised rates, and then boom, right back down. You don't want to be in this thing when this thing comes down falling. Well, you want to be short, exactly. That's what you want to be. Because when it comes down short, it will wipe out months of gains in 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 weeks. And those are the kind of moves that I like to capture. Period. Like this move here. I mean, this move wiped out 2 months of gains in 1 day. So as we were adding shorts here, boom, it goes down. We cover half. As it goes up, we're pushing up into the highs of this inside bar. We're adding more up here. We're adding more shorts again. All these high flyers like Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Baba, they're all coming in, guys. It's just a matter of time. And when they do, let me tell you, they're going to wipe people out, because you know people are leveraging, people are buying more. Just don't get caught up in the hype. Turn off CNBC, other than before you go to bed, maybe watch Bloomberg to see where the futures are. And really, when you wake up in the morning, does it really matter what happened last night? Did you dig on the fib retrace in the entire March 2000 move? 618 takes out 1480. Yeah, I mean, that's what it does. I mean, other than, you know, when they came in and bailed out the banks and all that crap, that was the only thing pushing it up. Then it would come back. It was like QE1, QE2, QE3, and, you know, and you just ride it up. But this is what set these markets right now, guys, separates the men from the boys, because it's easy to buy a market and go straight up. I mean, anyone can do that. I have a couple guys who I know that are financial advisors, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we're going 10 years out. This market's just going to keep rolling. It's like, wow. But they got in, they graduated college and they got in right here. So they're just like, everyone loves them. Oh my gosh, you're so great. You're a great financial advisor. We made so much money. But what happens when it comes right back in and goes right back to the bottom here and wipes out half their gains? And then that financial advisor has no clue what to do. But for us, you know what? We're going to ride this thing right down. You know, we'll ride it down to the 200 MA, let it bounce, you know, see where it goes from there. But they're still holding it. You got to take each day as it comes. You know, each day gives us a new piece of the puzzle. So, but all right, let's get back into the action here. Anything else anybody wants me to look at? Any charts? Give me a symbol. We'll take a quick look at it. Everything is a market trade right now, guys. SPY goes down, it's all going down. And even look at Netties. So Netties here pops up. I don't even know. Maybe news right to the 250 even number. Can't hold it. Comes in. Bearish pattern starting to break. Let's see if it can break down in here. On the daily chart on Nettie, so another little topping tail. We had a doji on here too. Qs, please. All right, let's pull up the Qs. But Nettie's here just to retrade. You know what this is? Everybody's going short down here on Nettie's. Retrace back up into these areas. Did it fill the gap today? You got to watch for gaps. You got to watch for everything. Let's see, gaps right here. No, so it didn't fill the gap up here, but it did get to the window. So right there. So that was your area. But this is another one, guys. Here, let me do this one real quick, and then we'll look at the Qs. See where it retraced. Probably 750 or to 618. Yeah, 750. All right, let's see if I can do this. Hold on. I'm a little slow with the chart. All right, here we go. I'm learning these guys. All right, look at that. Wow, what a coincidence. The 750. Yeah. I'm going to write a book just trade off the 750 and the 618 and let it overshoot. So you had gap window 750. That's why we're coming in. Markets are starting to sell, so that's going to exaggerate the move down. What are you showing for the 200 MA on the spiders? On the SPY? On what time frame? All right, we'll look at the Qs. All right, let's look at the time. 200 MA on the, let's see here, roughly daily, roughly right around 206.45. I'm thinking we could go down there, guys. 206.45. You have this window here. You have a gap right here, and then ultimately you have a gap fill right here around 200 even number. I mean, we got to get through this trend line, through this low first right here. We have a gap right here as well. Then we have some fibs and stuff too. They're not in here now, but we one day at a time. On the monthly, I don't even know. Does it even have a? Yeah, right there. I have 136.99. That thing. I mean, it hasn't touched it in a while. I mean, they like to come back down to where it, you know, eventually it will get here. You know, I mean, it will still curl up, but I'm still thinking 155. And that's the highs of 2007 and 2000. We got to get to 155 first and go from there. But again, you know, you still have the Yellen put. She's still in this thing. She's still holding it up. So long as she's doing her thing, making everybody, you know, bullish. Basically, she just killed. I mean, if you bought puts anywhere, even if you went months out on this one, she just railed you and just held it up, held it up. See, this is something I would write puts and just play the premium. I mean, you maybe write calls up in here, and that would have worked if it would have shot up. But I like to write calls and write puts. That's what I like to do. But a little bit more dangerous of a trade, and your broker has to allow you to do it. But that's what I like to do. All right, let's get into the Qs. Q's a little bit stronger than everything. We're 31 cents down. It's things holding up. We retrace back to the high here. The Qs, are you in a trade there? Are you long or short and you're looking for a swing trade? Or are you looking just intraday action, some support or resistance? Where are you? Miriam. NVIDIA looking toppy on the hour and the close. Topping tail yesterday. Yeah, I know. I'm watching NVIDIA. I know. I think it might even have a topping tail too on the day in a put on the Qs. Yeah. So right now you had a couple days up. Did you just get in it? I'm short. Looking for a swing trade. All right. Yeah. I mean, you're okay. You know, we've been going over this chart with my videos. So the Qs. Let's see here. Yeah, the Qs trying to pop up here, trying to recapture the all-time high. We just missed it. 52-week high, wow, by what, 6 cents or so. So it almost got there, pulled back. So let's see where this thing closes. If it closes below this candle here today, right around 118, 2012, which gosh, we're right there on this thing. So let's see where this closes today. But until it gets above here, I'm going to say until it gets above the 120 area and confirms, maybe higher. But we got to get above the all-time high, which is 119.22, and then we'll go from there. But ultimately, we are still bullish. We're above the MAs here. We are setting up to go higher. I mean, we have an inside bar in a bullish manner. So let's see. This is important. We got to get more information this week. You know, if this thing gets above here and confirms, then we got to redirect this one for possible higher prices. But at this point, where the markets are just complacent, this thing can just chop around. It needs to get below the 118.12 area on a closing basis. But now, you know, this is the Qs now intraday. You're starting to set up in a bearish manner inside bar. So let's see. First step, it needs to get above here, which is, let's see, is right around 118.39. Let's see it gets there. But then you have the MAs here. You have the 20 curling down into price. So this is going to be interesting. Volume is getting lighter, so they have a possibility of shooting it up. Let's see what happens in the 2:30 time frame at the end of the day. If this consolidates for another half hour or so, I'm thinking we could get some lower prices, or they're going to come out and try to catch a bid, maybe a buy program, and try to get it above the MAs again like they always do. That's their goal in life, guys. My XLE short is playing out nicely, but I would like to see more volume. Yeah, that's a tough one. We could look at that one too. But yeah, that's what's happening on the Qs. Let's look at the weekly. I'll go over this chart later on tonight. Same thing, just chopping up here. We did close above these highs on the weekly. I want to see it close above the all-time high, the 1922 area on a weekly close. And then I want to see more follow through on the monthly, on the Qs. Same thing, just a stretch chart. We're stretching from the 20 MA here. Needs to come in, or it needs to start getting more, you know, getting some follow through. Volume's not bad so far on, what is this, the monthly? Do we have that much volume on the monthly? Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. Wow, already? No, volume's starting to come in, so we'll know more at the end of the month. Let's see, XLE. Let's go into that one here. XLE. The IBB is pulling back pretty nice. Yeah, everything's pulling back, but you got this pullback from the SPY. That's going to pull back everything. That's why I keep calling it a market trade, guys. SPY pulls back, it's all going lower. You'll have some on news and stuff like that, but that's okay. You know, SPY keeps going, everything will eventually go lower. So yeah, the XLE came back in. Let's see where this thing, see if we have a retrace. Maybe this overshoot on the 750. Looks like. Yeah, so 750 never confirmed, right back down. But you also had this guy here too. You had this pivot high right there. Look at that, kissed it the other day. So you're gonna have resistance here, resistance there, of course. You're gonna have resistance on this big breakdown bar as well. So you have a lot of buyers that when this thing popped up, you had a lot of people buying on this upside, and then buying here too, and then they broke it down on them. So everyone who got stuck up in here and back in here, and you probably, let's see if there's any more resistance going back. Yeah, right there, some pivots there. Look at that. So you have some pit. Yeah. So everyone who got stuck in here, they got dumped in their face, came right back up, did it again, right back up. So you're going to get people who got stuck up in here going, you know what, just give me my money. I'm getting out of this thing. I'm done. So then you're going to have more sellers from just people, holding the bag for, a year or a year almost or what have you. So it's tough. Was that 214? Check your SPY. Yeah, it broke above it. Well, it's still above it. We're looking at the inside bar. So if it gets above 214.83, let's see if it can recapture that. But see how the SPY's going up, XLE's going up, everything's going up now, because right now it's an overall bid on the markets. So they're trying to do a buy program on all the indexes to push this thing up. So you get to SPY, see how the XLE's going up. Here, I'm going to go back to the SPY. Wow, SPY's pushing up. Let's go to Amazon. Let's go through these. Now that's pushing up. Now that's pushing up. Now that's pushing up. Look at all of them. Halliburton pushing up. IWM pushing up. IYT pushing up. JPM pushing up. Wow, what a coincidence. SPY goes up, everything goes up. Hey, what's up, guys? All right, hold on a second here. I have a buddy that's a trader 2 doors down. He's just knocking on the door. This guy's killing me. All right, guys, sorry about that. Hey, what's up, guys? All right, yeah, it just broke it up. See how? So you want to get it above this area right here. That's the area you're looking at right now. Let me try a smaller trend line here. This is what you're looking at right here. You want to get above that, and of course, they're probably going to try to go for the 20. You know how it is every day. They go for the 20. They go for the 50. They go for the the 200. 20 is yellow, 50 is orange, 200 is red. So let's see. But this is some good consolidation down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 40 minutes. All right, here we go. Let's see if we track down here. Hi, John and everyone. Quick question. Any of you think a bear market is starting? We can have a rolling top here, Ted. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if you look at the daily chart here, they're trying to push this thing up. I mean, we're just rolling along, making a top. This is classic distribution up here, period. I mean, look at this, jobs report. The only thing that's getting this up is news. Again, jobs report, and then a couple days later, they just slam it down. Someone's like, you know what, we're done. You got 4 people running for the exits. Wait till you have about 10 people running for the exits. You want to see a nice flash crash? We'd probably go down here, maybe fill this gap in 1 or 2 days. Fun stuff, guys. Oh yeah, just like in August last year. What happened there? I was telling everyone to go short, and then we had like what, a 300 down day, a 400 down day, and then on that Monday we had a 1,000-point down day. And all you guys on StockTwits were there, you're all laughing at me. You're going short, you're an idiot. And then we had that 1,000-point down day, and I covered all my shorts. That was a great day, guys. Let me tell you. Like to me, the Last Supper. You got that right. Yeah, I mean, they need to get it back above these areas. They need to fill this gap, and they need to get it back up this trend line and ultimately back to the highs. Let me tell you, they're trying, but every time they push it up, do you think these big money guys want to distribute down here, or do you think they want to distribute at the highs? I mean, if I had 5 million, 10 million shares of the SPY, you think I'm selling at 212? No, I'm selling up here at 217, and just little by little, because on a light volume market, if you dump this thing out, you will smash this market. So as this thing goes up and down, it's just taking, it's a gentleman's game. Your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. And right here, it was like 5 or 6 guys' turn. But then you know who came in and pushed it right back up to save the day? Yours truly. We filled the gap right in here. Yellen had to save the day. Pushed it up, and bam, they sold it right in their face again. So whoever didn't distribute right in here, they did it on this day. Brought it right back down. They let her push it up. Distribution starts. Push it up. Distribution starts. Now they're done. And eventually it will just be done. So anything else you want me to look at, guys? Just throw a symbol up there. I'm going to come back in probably about an hour or so and do another live thing. I have a couple things I got to wrap up right now. But watch for a consolidation here on the 10-minute. And if this thing keeps going sideways, we have another 15 minutes for the 60-minute chart here. Yeah, I'd still like to. We might possibly sell off tomorrow. I'd like to see more consolidation into tomorrow, maybe into even what's today? Thursday and maybe a Friday sell-off. It's typically they had to launch it on last Friday because we've been selling on Fridays, so they had to make it a little less obvious. Thanks, dude. Do this every day about this time. Yeah, I'm gonna try to, Frank. Sometimes I'm actually doing stuff, but that's why we trade, man, so we can have the freedom of doing anything. So, but yeah, when there's action like this, I love coming in, trying to figure out where the bounce area. I mean, look at this. The only reason this thing bounced was at the 750. I didn't see it on the intraday action. I was looking more for. Hold on here. Let's see if I can. Gosh, still. We're looking. Yeah, the gap fill down. Was that gap fill or low pivot? I think it was a low pivot. There's a low pivot here, and then you have a low pivot down from the other day right there at 213, which you can see a little better on the 60-minute. But hold on here, freaking charts. So this is a pivot, but then it was like, okay, why did it stop in here? There has to be a reason. So then I did the fib from the bottom here, fib to the top here. Wow, look at that, 750 retrace, and that's what's holding on here. You also have the gap fill right in this area too. So you have to respect that too. So they're gonna try. This is the goal right now, guys. They got to get it above that 214.69 area, and then ultimately recapture this inside bar here too. Because right now we're setting up to go lower towards the end of the day. We could have a nice sell-off. Awesome learning, a bunch from him. Thanks, man. Thanks, Ted. Apple? Apple. It's like the rotten apple now. All right, one more chart, and I'm going to get out of here, and then maybe I'll come back around 3:30 or so. We'll see. All right, Apple. Yeah, you know what? Yesterday, let me tell you. Gosh, Apple, I thought I had a up move on Apple yesterday. Hold on here. I swear I had a green candle. That's the daily. Maybe it was on the weekly. No? Man, my chart showed a green candle right here going up. Maybe that was wrong. But I had a nice breakout on Apple. I don't know. Am I a day late on the 4th? No, I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, we had a nice push up on Apple off of a bullish pattern above the MA. So it bounced up. But like I was saying in my video yesterday, we need to get above these pivot highs right here before this thing. Yeah, exactly. My friend's over here. He's a trader too. He's thinking, no way, it's not going to happen. But again, like I said earlier in the day, everything's a market trade. If the markets pull back, this thing's coming in. But man, I swear we had an up move on Apple yesterday. Were we up on Apple? Does anyone have a different? Hold on, let me look at a different chart. Hold on, guys. No, I guess not. I swear, maybe it was maybe it was Baidu or Baba, maybe. I swear we had an up move on Apple yesterday, and we had a green candle like ready to break out. Ray Cresses, TDD, when you get the chance, look at the following SPY trend. Would you appreciate your perspective? Down? Was it down yesterday? Okay. You know what? You know what we did? We were looking at it during the day, and that's when it was popping up. But basically, we filled the gap here. We tried to recapture this pivot. It needs to get over these pivots. But it does have a nice bullish consolidation. You have a nice up move, sideways action above the MA. So this thing has to start going. What I'm thinking on these guys, Amazon, Google, Baidu pulled back. Oh no, Baidu's up a little bit, but you got the Netflixes, you got a lot of these running up into earnings. So I'm thinking buy the rumor, sell the earning. And that's just a guess. I'm not playing these at all, earnings wise. But you get these big moves, and then you get a complacent market, as well as everyone else waiting for earnings. If they're gonna hope that good earnings comes out in the next month and a half, 2 months on all these big corporations, because if it doesn't, I think these markets are going to start tanking. They don't have any other reason to hold these things up other than that's why I went to the SPY chart. You have 3 months of consolidation doing nothing into earnings seasons again. So now they're, hopes, oh man, maybe we get good earnings. We could push these market higher, on hopes and dreams. So Apple needs to get above these pivots here, and then ultimately recapture the 116.19 area. But technically, it's in a strong stance. If this gets below this area right here, hold on, let me see if I can draw a trend line. I should be able to. All right, right here, if it closes below the 20 MA and the 111.54, I think we can start heading down. You still have a 382 here. You still have some support down in here. Gap fill, gap fill. Let's look at the weekly really quick here. Weekly chart. Weekly chart's not bad. You have a push up here. You have a macro bull, but you have a micro down bear pattern setting up too. So it's like a 50-50 shot. I think they're going to hold this thing up into earnings, and then see what happens. You might get to sell the news, or if this thing pops up on earnings, I'll be shorting this one with both hands. I'm going to tell you that right now. But if it pops up on earnings and you're long, get the hell out. How about that? So right now we're waiting for pattern. Bullish on the daily. This is slightly bullish. Here, let me show you here. Let me see if I could get and reason so you have an up move here, and now you're going sideways action right in there. But then you have this down move here, and now you have a bearish pattern in here. So it's macro bull, micro bear on the weekly. We're going to see on the weekly close. On the weekly close, if we get below the 111.60 or this low of this green candle, then I'm thinking we'll possibly go lower. But we have the 382, the 50. Big area down here is around 102.58. You got the moving averages right here. You got the 618 as well. So you have some stuff there as well. Let's see here. So that's pretty much the areas in here. And then ultimately you got this big breakdown area. So you got a lot of people stuck in here. So you're going to have some sellers if it does move a little bit higher. So right now it's a 50-50 shot. Daily's a little bit bullish. Netflix. All right, guys, I'm going to have to take off here. I'll look at NEM one more time here. Let's see. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is? You guys throw some interesting ones at me. NEM. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't tell me. Let's see here. All right, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Let me look at the chart. I don't care what it is. All right. Gold stocks. We did go over gold. I gave you a couple areas. This video is being taped, so you could go back. Oh, the miners. Oh, Newmont. Okay, I gotcha. I should have known that. Like I tell everybody on a chart, give me something with no name on it or anything. I'll look at it. I don't care if it's Apple, Google. Give me a blank chart. I'll tell you which way it's going. Or try to at least. Well, Newmont, if you're long this one, I mean, we broke down right here. It's getting ugly, this one. I think we're heading right down to the 200 moving. Look at this. So you got a gap fill right here, and you have the 200 moving average right here. This is the daily chart. So you have some support coming in right around 32 bucks. But that's a falling knife, guys. I mean, you're going to have at least one more day. If you want to buy an option, maybe here. This is the hard part, guys. If this starts falling, I mean, it's a mining stock. We got to find support on the SPY as well. So if this comes in, SPY needs to bounce as well as this, or gold needs to bounce, or the GLD needs to go up on this as well. Let's look at the weekly. Let's see if there's any support with the moving averages on the weekly. Yeah, weekly support, you got it at 30.12. So you're gonna have weekly support there. The gap fills right around 32.35. So you're gonna have some support here. Let's do one more thing here. Let's take a big retrace from here to the top. Let's see here. Yeah, so you're in the 382 from here. So you're gonna have a little bit of support, but ultimately, if this thing really starts to rumble, you're looking at probably gap fill right around the 32.33, and then you're coming in here around the $30 even number. And also, too, looking at this, you have a weekly chart set up. You had a bearish inside bar. You closed below this bar. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of consolidation. We're going down to here, guys. So if you're short, kick ass. If you're long, tighten that shit up. Excuse the language, guys, but yeah, I mean, we're going to have a little bit of support here because you had a breakout, came back in, broke through, and then came up. So you're going to have some support in this area. But man, this consolidation is going to set up for lower prices eventually. If the SPY starts to dump, then look out. And actually, SPY starting to come in. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you go, guys. All right, we talked about the bullish or the bearish consolidation on the 10-minute. All right, hold on. Let's go. I'm going to roll here. I hate to leave you guys high and dry, but I'll come back. I'm not going anywhere. I just got a couple things I got to wrap up here. Got another trader here breathing down my neck. All right, hold on. So, all right, we were talking about the SPY. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 bars sideways and a bearish consolidation. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can get down to the next level. Next level will be 214.04. Again, we still got to break this low pivot here. I'd still like to see a little more consolidation. Let's see if we can start to dump. All right, so notice now. Now go to some other charts. This starts to sell. All right, let's look at Amazon. Let me show you guys. Look, Amazon's starting to sell. Let's look at Baba, starting to sell. Let's look at Facebook, starting to sell. Market trade, guys. I say that over and over in all my videos. And everyone laughs. Oh, market trade, you don't know what you're talking about. Really? Well, wow, the SPY selling. Holy crap. They're all starting to sell. What a coincidence. It's the overall market, guys. You'll get some strong stuff on news, you know, that some went up. You know, you had Priceline flying today, Netties. Oh, uh-oh. Hold on. Let me go back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, look what's going on. Look out, guys. Some volume's coming in. Anybody know some news that's going on in the markets? Something going, I mean, like I said, I don't follow news, but you got some weird action. You got some weird action, you know, with this up and down crap today. Something's up. Look at this. They sell it off. Yellen pushes it up. They dump in her face again, right to the highs again. They dump it on her again. She can control the market on a light volume day. I mean, it's only 83 million on the day, so the volume still sucks. So we could still get a push into the end of the day. Just depends how many people come in. Gold fell due to the good ISM data. Actually, gold. You know why gold's going down? I guarantee is the dollar up today? Hold on. I don't have the UUP in here. Let's see. Is the dollar? Yep. Look at that dollar. Well, the dollar came in, but the dollar on the daily chart or the weekly, look how we're starting to move up. Dollar up, gold down. Just like oil too. Dollar up, oil's coming down too. I don't care if the Saudis pumping less oil or whatever the heck they're talking about. It's a bunch of crap. Right? Hold on. Let's go back to the SPY. All right. They're coming in. Look at that. Oh, right almost to the bottom. Look at that. Help. Grandma's coming in. She can't let it go lower. Oh, funny stuff though. So now, yeah, ISM. Okay, that's so the ISM came out today. All right. You always plan ahead. Yes, UUP is up, way up. Yeah, UUP's catching a bid, but just got to keep an eye on that stuff. All right, guys, I'm out. Wow, look at this. Yeah, someone's coming in and dumping some big positions. Yeah, Bulls and Bears are fighting right now, guys. They need to close it. Well, let's go back to the daily here. I think we're below the 20 MA now. Yeah, we're below the 20 MA, but we're on this trend line. So let's see if they can hold it. They're trying. That trend line cracks, it's going to get ugly. Yeah, we have 213.64. Yeah, this is the big level right here, guys. This big green bar, 212.42. They're going to have to protect that. Let's just go to the weekly really quick. Yeah, see, weekly has support too, right at 214 on the 20 moving average. But see how this consolidation's starting? We get another week or two of this, we're going downtown, guys. I would love to see, man, in my dreams, 191. And that's a 200 moving average. We haven't touched that one. Well, that just started working up in there. So we haven't touched that one in a while. So I would love to see that. But, you know, one step at a time. There we go. Starting to sell again. If you're looking to scalp this thing, just let it fall to 214. If this thing really comes in, just let it go. Maybe 213.62, maybe. But just be careful with this stuff. You know what? Let me throw one more thing in here. I'm just looking at something. I don't know if this connects into anything. Let's see. All right, let's throw this one in here too. There's a new trend line. So we close below it. Let's see if we confirm. We got 4 more minutes to confirm below. Let's see if she saves this thing. But that will be one of the goals, might possibly, to get it above that area too, and above the 750 retrace. So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to see if I could come back later on today. If not, possibly tomorrow, maybe around noon, New York time. Try to get more people in here. We'll go through more charts. If it's a little quieter, that'll be great. Just think of some charts you want me to look at and get ready for tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to try to post something on StockTwits to go live, maybe give a half hour or so before I do. Gives people heads up. I'd like to get more people coming in here, and maybe you guys see some head and shoulder patterns or some patterns you want me to look at. Because honestly, you get a bunch of eyes. Oh, no problem, man. I love doing this stuff. You get more eyes on this market, and I start seeing patterns you guys start throwing out at me, we're all going to make a lot more money. And maybe I could possibly save you guys some money too. So, all right, guys, have a good one. God bless, and we'll see you on the charts.